All right, well, you had a chance to look at New Mexico a little bit, and obviously that's been the focus here ever since the end of the game yesterday. So what do you see from New Mexico on film?
Yeah, I mean they're kind of in a way similar to Brian as physicality wise and how they play with quickness, with tempo, and they push the ball. They push the ball hard. I think they're top five in the country when it comes to pace of play. So that's going to be the biggest key to the game for us is making sure to get back on defense and then also for them create tough shots and then rebound the ball cleanly. So.
When you see them on film, is there a player that stands out to you guys from a defensive standpoint that you need to make sure doesn't get going?
Yeah, I mean they have a couple players with Kent and Joseph as a five-man for us too. Really making sure that we're able to kind of lock in, especially now that we're playing a more traditional five-man, and making sure that we kind of limit the easy touches and get back to I think normal ball screen coverages because we didn't see as many ball screens as the last game, but I think we're going to see a lot more this game. So.
How do you avoid a slower start again like you had yesterday against Bryant?
Yeah, I think right now it's it's making sure that we have a good prep today, and I think today's really important because we have a good practice. Everyone kind of figures out the game plan, what tomorrow might look like, and then feel good going in tomorrow, and then have good energy tomorrow. So today I think is going to be able to catapult us to tomorrow.
What would a Sweet 16 trip mean for you? Getting to the second round or second weekend, I should say, of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, like when we got there my freshman year, it was amazing. It was really cool. The team bonding that we had, how close we were that year too. It's amazing, and those are experiences that you take with you, for the rest of your life. And with these guys, I'd love to be able to experience something like that.
Thanks. Had a chance to look at New Mexico now after the late night of film. What do you see from New Mexico on film that you guys got to be aware of?
Yeah, so I mean, they actually play like us, really. Physical, get out in transition, crash the glass hard. So I think tomorrow's going to be a real physical game. It's going to be up and down, I think, for sure. They have a great player in Dent and at their five position. So, we got our hands full tomorrow. But if we play Michigan State basketball, I think we'll be good.
How do you try to avoid a slower start like you guys had against Bryant yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first game in a new arena was probably a big reason for that yesterday. So I think just being confident tomorrow, feeling good about our game plan, about how we're going to execute things is going to be big for us.
Ask Carson this as well, but what would a trip to the second weekend, the Sweet 16, what would that mean for you?
I mean, it'd mean a lot. As a first-time NCAA tournament player right now, to get as far as I can would mean a lot to me.
How has the experience overall been so far?
It's been great. Everything, I think more than I thought it would be. The atmosphere is great. The fact that, it's one and done is just something you can't really duplicate. You can't, put it into words.
Awesome. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it. Mike Chuck, good? What would a trip to the second weekend in the Sweet 16 mean for you?
I mean, it will mean everything. That's what we're here for. That's what we play for. I mean, you want to win and advance, so that's what we focused on to one game at a time. Just keep progressing.
This team has a lot of depth. That's one of the strengths of this team. But yesterday, you didn't get as many minutes as maybe you would be normally accustomed to. How do you guys deal with, one game, the game plan might mean that someone else has to step up versus you or vice versa. How do you guys kind of deal with that where you're not entirely sure which game you're going to have to be really relied upon?
I mean, I think there's the level of maturity that we have to come in. We have bigger goals than just our personal needs. Like I understand, like there's matchup situations that we have to go with. Sometimes I can help team better than the other games. And yesterday we had other matchups that worked better. So I'm fully aware of that. I think every player on this team is fully aware of that. That's what makes us. That's what makes our depth such an advantage because we can come up with different matchups in different situations. But yeah, I think the level of maturity to go about it. I mean, there's no reason to take it any other way than just get ready for another game and yeah, just be ready all the time. I think that's how everyone on this team comes out to the game, and will helps us a lot.
How would you describe your experience this year in the NCAA tournament so far?
I mean, I'm loving it. It's my first win in the NCAA tournament, so it started amazing. I want to keep it going.
Thanks, you. Appreciate it.
They're super fast. Whoever Donovan gets the outlets at half court sometimes, so you just got to be ready. Corral and not let him have space, because once he does, he's able to finish around the rim. Like at his best. That's his best thing he does. So yeah.
Cohen, what would a trip to the second weekend of the tournament and the Sweet 16? What would that mean to you?
I mean, it mean a lot. It's in Atlanta, so it'd be close to home. So that's definitely something I'm definitely trying to work towards. I definitely want to be able to get that moment and have that experience for sure.
What made yesterday click so well for you? I mean, you had career highs in points and rebounds, and it looked like you were comfortable out there, really comfortable. So what made yesterday click so well for you?
I was just playing hard like I'm supposed to. I was just trying to give my team a spark. Spark they needed. I just felt like we was flat coming into that game. So I just tried to do my job, which is bring energy and help my teammates pick it up for sure.
You've had a chance to look at New Mexico now. What do you see from them on film that you guys need to be aware of going into tomorrow?
I would say transition defense and the offensive glass. They crash the glass a lot, so we gotta box out. And transition defense. They run and they keep running. So we just gotta really focus on those two things.
Thanks, Colin.
A three-point game than Dent does, but I definitely see some similar aspects, just the way he's able to get to the basket and finish around big guys. So I definitely see that part of his game being more like a Tyson.
How do you guys find that with the fouling and also taking away some of the stuff they do?
We know that we got to come in and make it tough for him. He plays almost the whole game, so we know we got to throw different bodies at him, try to make sure he sees different guys guarding him, and making sure we're all in help side defense so he can't see the basket as easy.
Jace, you've seen New Mexico on film now. What do you guys need to be prepared for the most tomorrow?
Transition. I feel like their transition offense is the best part of their offense, fifth in pace in the country. So we know that they're going to try to run with us. So we know we got to get back, match up, and make sure they don't get easy buckets in transition.
What would a trip to the second weekend in the Sweet 16 mean for you and for the team?
I think it would mean a lot. I mean, you always want to get to the top games. You want to get to the national championship. So it just goes to show what our goals are, and getting to the second weekend is just a part of our goal.
What did you learn last night, that you didn't know before, having never played an NCAA tournament game, that you can kind of move forward?
You got to throw the first punch. I feel like yesterday Brian kind of threw the first punch at us, and we kind of looked a little rattled in the first couple 5 minutes. So we know we got to come out with more energy, more pace, and throw the first punch in the first 5.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it.
I still got them. They coming back. Just now it's full game, being able to show full game and stuff. Like obviously, that was something that kind of lacked and took a little bit longer to come back. But now that more comfortable, being able to jump with fatigue and stuff of that nature, it's just no problem, and it's much easier and smoother now.
Is there some adjustment to your body right now?
I definitely think. I think earlier in the year was just the fact that really getting used to it, but now I feel like I have adapted and being able to play under those circumstances and things of that nature.
So, not to put you guys to bed or anything, but what are your physical off-season goals? Just individually, your physical off-season goals coming out of this season. Like, where did you feel like maybe, okay, this is where I want to improve on and where I need to improve on going in, since you didn't really have a summer last year?
Yep. I definitely think really just being more athletic, getting, trying to be as athletic as I can. I'm fully healed, no problem. I'm getting a lot stronger. At the same time, I think you always get stronger. And try to be a little bit more lean, not as much like muscles, try to be a little bit more lean. And I think want to try to get my conditioning to where, I try to never get tired. So just something that, just try to push the ball from minute 1 to minute 0. Thank you.
You've had a chance to look at New Mexico now on film. What's maybe the number one thing that you guys need to be cautious of going into tomorrow?
Definitely their transition offense. I think they're like 5 in the country or something like that. They push the ball, they get open shots. Dan is a great point guard. He's honorable mention All-American. So we know going into that game, he's going to be a tough task. And just the fact that they got a lot of great players. They're a great team.
What would a trip to the second weekend and the Sweet 16 mean, not only for you, but for the team as well?
A lot, just because I think no one been here besides Jaden, Trey, and I think the junior senior class is the only one. So just for us sophomores, some freshmen, and even and Jaden, just such as that nature, just try to get back to somewhere we haven't been since 2019, I think. So that would just be grateful and a big meaning and opportunity for all of us.
What time did you finally get to bed last night?
3. It took a while. We watched some film, got some food and everything, but it was hard to go to sleep a little bit. But we back here, back grinding. It's a goal.
Did they let you sleep in at least?
Yeah, a lot bit. We had breakfast at 10:30, so we got to get some sleep. And other than that, it's been good. You got to work now. It's a process. You grind.
Thanks.
Thank you.